Washington was founded as the nation's capital in 1791. As soon as you land here, you get a sense of the power and history that this metropolis represents. Most visitors start at the National Mall, a 2-mile green strip often referred to as the nation's front lawn. Clearly, there's no shopping to be done at this mall. What it does offer is a sweep of the country's most famous monuments and museums all in one place. Begin your tour of the mall at the Zero Milestone, the proposed reference point for distances on all U.S. maps. To the north, you'll see America's most famous residence, the White House. To the south stands the Washington Monument. Rising 555 feet, this marble obelisk is the centerpiece of the National Mall. The U.S. Capitol Building, on top of Capitol Hill, is the nation's seat of federal government.
Good evening, ma'am. Table for one?
Yes, please.
Will this table be all right? Will this table be all right?
Actually, I'd like a booth by the window, if that's possible.
Certainly. How about this one?
This will be fine, thanks.
Your waiter will be here in a minute to take your order.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. Table for one? Good evening, ma'am. Table for one?
Rest a while by the reflecting pool. Surrounded by America's most iconic tributes to its heroes and founding fathers, it's easy to let your mind wander back through the various chapters of America's history. Nestled in the trees is the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Engraved in its walls are the names of tens of thousands of soldiers who lost their lives in the battlefields of Vietnam. The nearby Lincoln Memorial is where Martin Luther King Jr. made his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Admire the many sculptures and waterfalls at the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial, further along the mall. Across the tidal basin, Thomas Jefferson keeps a watchful eye on the White House from his own memorial, built in the style of ancient Rome. The mall is also home to many of the nation's Smithsonian buildings. To learn more about this interesting collection of museums and galleries, stop by at the Information Center in the Smithsonian Institution building called the Castle.